Here,
Go ahead.
this is just another version of the Wonder Woman. Of course, it's not the typical version that we're commonly used to in terms of Wonder Woman. Clearly,
This is
DC made a
not
call that
Wonder
they
Woman.
want.
Sorry, this is not
DC
Wonder Woman. Sorry.
clearly DC made a call that they were that this is something that they wanted to. This is a particular view or vision they wanted to have. It could be Wonder Woman. It could be someone who's like Wonder Woman. It could be someone like a fan. I'm not sure, but this is something that they wanted to portray, and they thought it was probably body positive, and this is why they wanted to put it out there.
This is body
Again,
positive.
yeah, probably this is they think that it's people, especially since this movie is geared towards women, not geared only towards women because you can definitely need men to watch this film, but they definitely want it to be a portrayal that hey, anyone can watch this. And again, this is just more marketing than anything else. They just want to
Why does she
expand
have
it.
to look like that? If this is
I guess because there are women who look similar like that, and they wanted to expand it. Hey, everybody's a Wonder Woman. Every woman is a Wonder Woman. I don't know, but I'm saying this is just what I get from there.
why did they?
Advertising specialists would probably know this better than me, but
Why
I
is
don't.
it that anytime I don't ever see this from men? Okay, I never see when it's time to do a cover like this that there's something with some guy and he looks like this. We would be like, who's this slob doing on the front cover of this particular book? There's not the there's all these different guys reading this. But for women, you can put art or a character drawn like this, and supposedly this is somehow universal for all women. Okay, obviously because she's overweight or because she's thick or what have you. But this is acceptable. If you did this for a guy, no way that this would fly. Everybody's like, what the hell is this? Why does Superman have a gut? Get him off of here. It would never fly. Why is this acceptable for the female characters, though?
No, and I don't see it like that. I see that you had in Into the Spider-Verse, you had Spider-Man, you had different type of Spider-Man where one was overweight, out of shape. He had a scraggly little thing growing here. You also had, you look at Dark Knight where you have Batman. He looks pretty rough. He's older. Time has passed. I don't see this as a big deal. This is just another illustration of Wonder Woman. It doesn't necessarily mean this is Wonder Woman. It's just something that they're just trying to capture more. And this is, to me, more of a marketing thing than anything else.
Who are they
And I think
marketing to?
clearly other women who feel that this is something that they can feel. I don't know. I haven't seen what their goal was. I wasn't there in the room when they were making the decision that this is what they were going to go for. But clearly they're just trying to open it up there as much things as possible. I think this is like clearly in our conversation about Ethan Van Sciver that they're going to vilify this. I don't think that's a big thing. I think that this is just them trying to reach another audience, Probably some women like, yo, this Wonder Woman doesn't represent me or whatever.
I've asked you this 2 times, and I'm going to ask again. Who is this other audience?
What do you mean other audience? I'm saying women.
If it's women, so you're telling me that if this was a woman and she was fit, okay, that doesn't reach women better than this image right here?
I'm saying probably the other reaches 90% or 80%, and this reaches 5%. And probably they're saying, let's try and go after that 5% too. I'm not sure. They market things in advertising to a whole bunch of different audiences, and they segment the art advertising. I don't know why I'm saying all this because the advertising specialist should probably have more of an insight into a lot of this stuff than I do. But this is clearly that's what they're doing here, and I don't see a problem with it. I don't see why anybody's having a heart attack over this stuff. But of course we know the Richard Meyer and the Van Sciver crowd are going to have a heart attack. They're going to have a hard on. Oh, this is not Wonder Woman. This is not what she's supposed to. Come on.
No, now you're trolling. Now you're trolling.
I'm
That's
trolling.
number one.
I'm trolling. I'm not trolling.
Yeah, you're trolling because you brought names in that you didn't need to bring in. That's number one. And number
because
two,
those are the guys who are bringing it up. Those are most likely the guys who are going to be bringing it up.
But you don't know that. You don't know that, number one. And number two, we're the ones discussing it. The whole idea is, for some reason, they believe, and you said it yourself. You use that. You use that terminology that this is somehow body positive. This is somehow body positive, and this is aimed at a certain demographic of women who would consider this body positive. I don't know why this is considered body positive. If it was a guy, no guy would consider this body positive. If you're trying to market to these women, okay, and this is body positive, why do they believe this is something body positive? And why do we keep saying this with female characters? That we have to show a female character that looks in this particular way, and this is considered a good thing. Okay, we do not see this with male characters. Okay, even though you were going through the whole route with Spider-Man, that's just Spider-Man. I'm talking about women characters, period. We don't see this, push with male characters, and it wouldn't be considered positive. There's no guy on the planet who's going to think being overweight is positive. Somehow it works over here. I'm not arguing against the cover. Put whatever you want on the cover. Okay, that's your call. The idea that somehow this is marketing to a specific group of women, that is what boggles my mind. That somehow this is what they actually want. This is what they want to see.
I bet you this cover it sells like hotcakes.
I already ordered a cover.
Oh,
So
gosh.
so there it is. It doesn't matter
I'm
because
playing the lowest common denominator, that this is going to be a low print run cover. It's going to be rejected by most people. And then it's going to be this collector's item. So I'll pick up a few covers and let them sit on it at the end of the day. But again, that's me being cynical about this cover, not positive about it. I'm being cynical about this thing, saying, yeah, I'll make some money on it, because initially everybody's going to go for the pretty covers with Nicola Scott and Gabriel Dell'Otto. They're going to go for those covers, which are beautiful covers at the end of the day. And then this one won't be looked on. But then later on, people will want it because nobody can find it. Not because it's great art, but it'll become rarer because everybody discarded it when it first came out. That type of stuff.
Do comic book adaptations do well in terms of marketing, in terms of sales and
this isn't a comic adaptation. This is just a variant cover.
A variant cover of isn't this about the movie?
No, it's just a variant cover in support of the movie.
See, it's bad. That's the issue. And I want to give you an example why it's bad, right? I want to give you an example, right? Here is annual, right? Now this is a cover that there's a mystery, right? You have this story, you have this character who has the outfit, but we don't know if this is Wonder Woman. We know there's monsters involved. So here's a mystery. What is this other cover telling us, right? This one says this might be, but it's a legend. So it's like telling you a story in the cover. The other cover doesn't tell you anything. And I know there's a lot of iconic covers with just the character, but I'm like saying, what are they trying to say? Let's get out of this one. Let's stop sharing this one and let's go. And I have a problem with, I get it sometimes, but they kind of overloaded this. We can do any cover, which kind of Marvel kind of said, hey, we just do any cover possible. So I'm just gonna find this other cover, which is all about. And it's just like, hey, we're just doing these types of covers, and this is what we like. This is it. And it's like, it's not telling me anything. I guess it's a variant. I haven't bought into the variants yet, so I guess I'm out the loop. So I'll just say that. But it just kind of bugs me that you can get a variant, but it's not necessarily related. It's just like, hey, just do anything you want. Whatever you want to draw, there you go.
And that's a common thing, PD. That's a common thing where you have a lot of variants where you're like, what the hell does that mean? I mean, look, the Empire right now, Empire 5, they have the comic, the action figure type cover. You know, I mean, it's just an action figure cover. It has nothing to do with the story itself. But that's a cover that sells. What wasn't the hip hop covers the same thing? This is something different. I don't think this is a big deal. It's just, you know.
Did you call the body positive covers?
I just said body positive. I just threw that out there. But I mean, it could be, it could not be. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be open to some of this stuff, you know.
You're trying to be positive about being body positive?
I'm being positive about the whole shebang, Broham. You know what I'm trying to say?
That must be some resume you put in. That must be some really good resume.
Yeah, well, again, your name is at the bottom of the...
Must be 2 pages long.
No, it's longer, like 3 or 4. But like I said, you're all the way at the bottom. Just remember that. Not too far.
I see this type of stuff, and I just don't understand it. I don't. I mean, there are guys who have, you know, heard some shows and they've spoken to this type of thing, and I won't bring it up here. But in terms of the marketing, if this was marketing, I mean, if I was a woman, this was marketing, I would really be scratching my head as to it. And the women who this does resonate with, you know, I can't imagine why this would resonate. And, you know, this is Wonder Woman at the end of the day. I mean, everything, especially after everything that Petey said, because I would be literally, all this does is this for me, this just puts a line in the sand. If you like it, you know, you're on one side, you're good for this type of art, or you're good for this type of image, fine. And if you don't like it, well, then you're being critical of people who are this particular size, and this, that, and the other. And it, in terms of art, I just can't understand why this would be. I just don't understand why this would be on the cover. I don't.
Okay, like I said, I've seen many covers that have nothing that connects with the story itself. You know, I don't see that
I'm not
as a
talking about the
problem.
story. I'm talking about the art. I think at one point somebody, I don't know if it was you or Petey, said this may be like a woman of color. I hope this isn't. I hope this is not what people see. I hope this is, not where, okay, well, I'm doing this for women of color. I'm doing this for all the black and Latino girls out there. I'm like, this is for them? This?
I didn't see that. PD is the one who threw that under that thought on there.
So wait a second, you're saying this is the what's those guys? The what show was that had the different color people? The cartoon? Is this just like, hey, what cartoon do they just take a color and say you're that color? We're not necessarily doing the old school DC black people. You take the white character and just put a color on.
Paint them brown?
Yep,
Yeah.
there you go.
I think the artist on this one is. Let me see. I think I read something. The artist on this is. He was the one who did the pastel. He specializes in pastel colors, so that's why you have this one here like that.
There's not much color to it,
right? But I mean, this is this pastel stuff that he's doing. So
this is like Tintin, right? This is like basic card. Not to say that it's bad. It's not like something where you go and like this is like pastel colors. This is just your basic cartooning, which is fine, but it's like it's the worst of the no connection to the story variants, which drive me crazy. So as we sit there, when we kind of thinking it might connect to Wonder Woman, they're just saying, you know what, we're just gonna put this on there so you can have a Wonder Woman 1984. And this is sort of what the girls wore in 1984. I don't know. Maybe he needed more of the big.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Blonde with the jersey hair, the big jersey hair and whatnot. Someone that looked like they could be in the rock and roll video, like Kelly Bundy or something like that.
Oh, Kelly Bundy did not look like this.
So they're saying this is a collaboration of something called Rooster Teeth. I don't know what Rooster Teeth is. If you know what it is.
Rooster Teeth is they do all this animated. They do this animated show. They just did the most recent Transformers videos, so animated series as well.
Right. So that's what.
We're getting close to what it is. It felt like it was sort of animation thing. Like that.
Look, she's got the.
Now it's making a little more sense.